Hellfire was exactly what you'd expect from a half-human, half-demon vigilante. Dark and brooding. I swear he always looked like he was posing for the latest issue of Tiger Beat as one of those moody metahumans who so often landed on the cover. A lot of things really added to the picture. For instance, he'd worn the same leather jacket for the past 6 days. And I'd only known him for 6 days. For all I knew, he could have been born in a ring of fire wearing that jacket while demons around him sang the circle of life. Then there was the fact that he always spoke in a whisper. I swear to God, yesterday when we were both watching TV, he whispered, "Can you pass the remote?" Who whispers that? What reason could you possibly have for keeping the remote a secret? I thought a lot about it, and I bet he has honestly done the dark vigilante whisper thing so many times that he's forgotten how to speak like a normal person. And of course those dark crimson eyes of his sent a strong message. Look at me, I'm so sad and angry. I guess it'd be safe to say he was attractive. But that's not because it's true or anything. It's just that all words are safe to say. You know, because words aren't lethal. Whatever. Okay, so he was pretty hot. My thoughts were led elsewhere by Blue, the leader of our merry band of misfits, the one we counted on to keep us organized. Her photographic memory meant that besides being able to copy any fighting move she saw, she also managed to remember all the rules we needed to follow. I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to her, but I was also distracted by her beautiful short blue hair as she spoke. First things first, does anyone here want to go to college? Catholic broke into a laugh, sliding down our white couch and pushing his bare feet farther across the coffee table. What's so funny? Blue asked, sitting across from him on a hard-backed chair. In this economy, he said, I'm a magician. I'm one of those guys who pulls bunnies out of hats, and I still make more than most college grads. A simple no would have worked, but okay, Blue said. How about you, Hellfire? No, he whispered. Short, staccato. He was like that, saying what he meant and meaning what he said. Imagine that. I sure couldn't. Nano? Blue said, looking at me. I like learning, I said. I probably want to go to college and maybe even get a master's at some point, but I don't know. I don't think I can be a superhero and a college student, you know? That's a lot of pressure. Yeah, I get you. With those 4 words, she calmed me down. She'd done that a lot over the past couple of days. Second order of business, she began. Second order of business is, I want a new name, Catholic said. I still don't get why you guys won't let me call myself Cannaboy. Honestly, I feel that weed has been a very strong influence in my life, and I want my name to honor that. Blue sighed. Someone else want to take this one? You're an asshole, Hellfire said. Shut up. That made Catholic smile, which was kind of frustrating. Thank you, Blue said. Second order of business. We should figure out what our rogues gallery looks like. Anyone have any nemesis we should know about? Catholic and I both started to say something. We looked at each other until I said, you go. I've got like 20 demons up my ass, Catholic said. Do you maybe want to rephrase that, Blue asked. No, Catholic said. There's just a bunch of demons pissed off at me because I said I'd do things I didn't do. Huh, Hellfire said. I was really worried because of his demoniness and Catholic's jerkiness. But then Hellfire said, you, being an asshole, never would have guessed. I laughed way harder than I should have. Catholic and I have a lot of the same enemies, Hellfire said. Most Christian groups don't like me, for obvious reasons. Is it the fact that you're always wearing the same leather jacket? Because I've really been meaning to ask about that, Catholic said. Hellfire continued. I've also tangled with the Cosa Nostra, the Yakuza, the Fourth Reich. I think that's enough for now, thanks. We'll talk about where you can go into more detail soon. But first, Nano? Blue said, looking at me. Not too much stuff. There's this group of businessmen who don't like me because I may or may not have uploaded a bunch of viruses onto their computer systems. Why would you do that? Blue asked. They were giving some really messed up kids superpowers, and I didn't think it was right. Some industries? Hellfire asked. Yeah. The CFO's a demon. We fight sometimes. They don't like me either. Hellfire? Unlikable? Catholic said. But that's so uncharacteristic of you. Okay, Blue said. This is a really good time to bring up why we're talking about all this now, which is that the team as a whole is going to be open to attacks from each of the individual members' rogues. so it's a good idea for us to know about each other's rogues. Therefore, I've asked Nano to come up with a system that allows us to keep track of us all. Nano, can you explain that to us? Yes, I can! It's a Facebook page. Blue looked at me with maybe a hint of disbelief. What? She asked. The group is called Secret Bad Guy Stuff. As soon as this meeting is done, I'll FB invite each of you to join it. You're serious, Blue said. Yeah, I said. Why? I thought you would come up with something more... She stopped for a moment, looking for the word. High-tech? I shrugged. Didn't see the need to reinvent the wheel. Anyway, I was busy with my other project, which is our... The lights turned red as the siren blew. Catholic jumped a little bit, but the other two remained calm. Alert system? Blue asked. Yeah, I said. It's working, Catholic said. The alarm stopped blaring as soon as I turned on the TV. Agent 09, a meta-human activities agent who acted as the team's government liaison, showed up on the screen. She had soft blue eyes and long purple hair. She wore a stern look, but that wasn't anything new. I would know. I'm her daughter. Hello, superheroes, she said, with enough distance in her voice that I knew she wasn't really paying attention. The camera was positioned so that we saw her from the side while she typed something on a computer. Mom, I said, you've got some blood on your right cheek. She stopped typing for a moment so she could wipe the blood off with the back of her hand. She tasted it and then went back to typing. Nothing to worry about, she explained. Dinosaur blood. Some nut with the ability to talk to dinosaurs found his way to the center of the earth and... She stopped for a moment, waving her hand at us like this was all just too boring. You can figure out the rest. Dinosaur tyranny, blah blah. Agent 09, Blue said, if you're busy... No, Agent 09 said. I'm not busy, just writing a debriefing. I called you because most of the fighting has died down, and now we're looking for stragglers. Besides, as your government liaison, I'm required to check in twice a week. No excuses, except for temporary death. To tell you the truth, I didn't talk to Agent 09 anymore, outside of these briefings. That wasn't my choice, but I wasn't exactly sad about it either. If I didn't talk to her, we wouldn't have an agency liaison, which would mean that the agency wouldn't fund us. And it's not like they handed out supergroup charters to young groups all the time. I mean, how many young adults do they need running around stopping supervillains? What's the assignment? Hellfire asked. Our scouts had determined that a 19-year-old named Tim Marks recently tapped into a superpower. Telepathy, to be precise. He's holding 4 other men hostage, puppeting them. You've been assigned to apprehend him as per the American Supergroup Charter. Is that understood? Understood, Blue said. Static showed up on the screen, which meant that Agent 09 had ended the call. I turned off the television and let out a sigh. It felt nice being here, among all these people. I felt like I didn't have to hide anything from them. I didn't feel like they were hiding anything from me. Well, except for Hellfire. You all right? Blue asked me. Yeah, I said. Just nervous about fighting is all. All right then. Yippee-ki-yay! Catholic hollered. What? Hellfire asked. Yippee-ki-yay, Catholic repeated. What does that mean? It means we're badasses. Haven't you seen Die Hard? No, Hellfire said. Catholic shook his head, muttering, Philistine. Let's go, Blue said, heading for the door.